Hello everybody, I always get asked how I do my chips or wedges or whatever it is you want to call them and make them slim and world friendly and not make them dry or horrible or just not very nice. So what I'm going to do today is a very quick, nearly live of how I do mine. So let me show you what we're going to do first. So all I've got here is 2 potatoes, my crinkle chopper and a sharp knife, and a huge bowl of water. This is what I call stage 1. These potatoes are just jacket potatoes and don't use any fancy potatoes at all. There's absolutely zero need for that, I promise you. I've never used any fancy potatoes. I've always just used jacket potatoes. So that again keeps the cost down, and especially if you've got a family to feed. So all I'm going to do first is chop. I don't peel these either, by the way. Chop the potato, cut it in half, cut it into big wedges, and then so they're sort of my big wedges. Try and keep them the same thickness. I can never do that, but just try if you can. You might be a better chopper than me. And then just pop them into the bowl of water. So this crinkle chopper I am using is really sharp, and it was from eBay. I think it was something like £1 odd or something like that. But it does work, and it works really well. So I'll chop the other one. So stage 1 of this is to just leave these wedges or chips or whatever it is you're going to do. Same with roast potatoes, exactly the same thing, in a bowl of cold water. You can do this the night before and leave them in all day. You can do it an hour before and just let them soak. You need to let them soak because this is what's going to remove the starch from the potatoes. So that is stage 1. So chop your chips, big bowl of cold water, and just leave them there for a minimum of an hour, overnight or all day. The choice is yours. So that's stage 1. I'll come back and show you the next stage. Here we are back again, and what I'm going to do is just drain off my chips. These have been standing actually overnight, so you can see it doesn't really harm them. They're perfectly fine. But this is what I'm talking about. Can you see all of that white there? Actually, that's not too bad. I've seen worse, but that is what you need to get off the potatoes, basically. So what I'm going to do now, let me just pop that there. Sorry, I'm having to do this one-handed. Is just wipe the bowl round. That's gone out of camera. So we're just wiping the bowl round, get rid of all the water and everything, and then get the chips, get them back in, and then all I'm going to do is add a tiny bit of water to the bottom of that bowl. Let me just grab something to put in. If I was organised, I'd have done this beforehand. So there's like a little tiny splash of water going to go in the bottom of this bowl. Let me just see if I can show you. There you go. That's all you really need, because basically what we're going to do is steam these. So what I've done now is just popped a plate on the top of this plastic bowl. The water's still in the bottom, as I showed you before. I'm going to put this into the microwave, and then because that's quite a big bowl, I'm going to put 10 minutes onto the microwave full power, and then just let it do its thing. There's 10.5 minutes. What you want is them to be sort of a little bit firm to the touch, but not absolutely like cooked all the way through, so they're so floppy you can't get hold of them. But I'll come back and show you after this 10 minutes, 12 minutes actually, and you can just see they're just starting to sort of bend, if you like. So what I'm going to do now is get them back into the colander and drain out any excess water, because there was water obviously in the bottom of this bowl. Again, just run a cloth around the bowl, take off any water. This is quite difficult with one hand, sorry. And then what I'm going to do is get the chips back into that bowl, and then I am going to spray them with this rapeseed oil, and then I'm going to give them a sprinkle of this Nando's peri peri salt. Now if you want, you can use frylite. It's entirely up. Sorry, I can't see how much of this I'm putting on. You can use frylite, you can use whatever oil you want. Just give them a good shaking around. This oil is 5 sprays for half a sin, so just make sure they're all coated, and then, excuse me because obviously I'm trying to view this through the camera, sprinkle some Nando's, and again just give them a bit of a shaking around. And then what I'm going to then do is put them into the halogen. So let me finish this off and I'll come back to you. Okay, so they're now in the halogen. There you go, they're all on the top. This thing here is called an air fryer, and what it does is it lets the steam out from the chips, but it makes them nice and crispy. This was off Amazon. If you just search halogen air fryer, you'll find it. But what I'm going to do now is start cooking the chips, and probably on about sort of 160 on my halogen. All halogens are different, so you need to find out how yours works. What I'll do as well is just keep moving these around as well after about 10 minutes, because this is quite a full load as well, and they're quite big. So once they start crisping up, I will come back and show you how nice and golden brown. You could do these in the oven, it's just that I'm not putting the oven on just for a couple of chips for the two of us. So there you go, all done, all lovely. Can't wait to eat them and can't wait to enjoy them. Bye.